The Samsung Galaxy A14 is one of the cheapest smartphones you can buy from Samsung. It has a good design, but I feel you're paying more for less, and yes, why? The starting price of the Samsung Galaxy A14 is 116,900 naira or $155 for the 64GB internal storage option and 4GB of RAM. Now, with 104,500 naira or $140, you can pick up the Technospark 10 Pro, which comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. Why is the Samsung Galaxy A14 more expensive? Is it worth buying? Let's find out. Now, another area where Samsung is taking more money from you and giving you less is what you get in the box. The Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with a USB Type-C cable and a SIM ejector tool. That's it. No TPU case, no charger, and no earphones. The argument on Samsung's side is everybody has a charger, right? Well, yes, but how many of us have a USB Type-C to Type-C charger at home? Do you guys have this type of charger? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, one thing I like about the Samsung Galaxy A14 is the build quality. It feels solid. The rear and frame are made from plastic, and also I kind of dig the new design direction Samsung is following. Now, checking out the external features, on the left side is where the dual SIM card tray and memory card slot are located. On the top, there's a microphone. It's rare to see a smartphone with two microphones at this price point, so that's a plus. Moving to the right side, that's where the volume and power buttons are located. The power button doubles as the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is slow. It can't keep up when you try to lock and unlock the smartphone at a fast pace. Now, if you're the type that likes to unlock your smartphone fast, the Samsung Galaxy A14 has the face unlock feature. Yes, it's not secured, but it's faster than the fingerprint scanner. Now, moving to the bottom, it has a 3.5mm audio jack, a mic, a USB Type-C port, and a mono speaker that sounds good. Taking a look at the rear, the Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with 3 real cameras and not dummies. It has a 50MP main camera, a 2MP ultra-wide camera, and a 2MP macro camera. It also has a flash LED light. Switching to the front, it has a 13MP selfie camera with no flash LED lights. Now, the display of the Samsung Galaxy A14 is actually good. It comes with a 6.6-inch 1080p PLS LCD panel. PLS panels are made from Samsung and they claim it's brighter, it has better viewing angles, and produces better image quality. And I tend to agree. The brightness on this smartphone is not bad, it's even better than the competition. Viewing angles are definitely better on the Samsung Galaxy A14, and for consuming content, the Samsung Galaxy A14 is not bad at all. What is bad, especially for the price of this smartphone, is the lack of a fast refresh rate. The display of this smartphone is stuck at 60 Hz. Another thing that is poor on this smartphone is the performance. It doesn't do well. The Samsung Galaxy A14 in my region comes with the Exynos 850 chipset. The United States gets the MediaTek Dimensity 700 chipset, and India gets the Exynos 1330 chipset. Out of the 3 chipsets, the Exynos 850 is the slowest. Checking out the Antutu score, the A14 scored 151,000. For Geekbench, it has a single core score of 214 and a multi-core score of 973. Now, benchmark results don't tell the full story, but when you use the smartphone, it's slow, it stutters. For gaming, it played Pubg on HD graphics and high frame rate. The gameplay was alright. I experienced a few hiccups here and there, but it's still playable. Moving to Call of Duty, it played the game on medium graphics and high frame rate. The gameplay was alright as well. Again, there are a few stutters here and there. Loading Genshin Impact took forever on the smartphone. The game was playable, but hey, I experienced a lot of hiccup and stuttering. For multitasking, the Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with 4GB of RAM that can be expanded to 8GB of RAM, but that didn't improve the performance of the smartphone. The Samsung Galaxy A14 is running Android 13, that's the latest Android OS, and One UI 5.1 core version. The performance you get out of this smartphone for the price you're paying for it is not great. If you intend to use this smartphone to make calls, send and receive WhatsApp messages, go through Instagram, TikTok, you will be fine using the Samsung Galaxy A14, but if you intend to multitask or play games or do anything that is demanding, the A14 is not the right phone for that. Now, finally, some very good news. The cameras on the A14 are actually very good for the price. The Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with a 30MP selfie camera, and when there's not enough light, it actually does a good job. The picture it captures lack details, it isn't the sharpest, but in general, it looks good and usable. Outdoors is where the front-facing camera shines. It does a very good job. The pictures it captures are not the sharpest, but it produces balanced-looking images that are good and usable for social media. So guys, we're using the front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy A14. It has a 30MP front-facing camera and it can only shoot in 1080p, 30 fps. What do you guys think about the video quality and the audio quality? Let me know in the comment section below. Say hello to YouTube. Say hello to YouTube. Moving to the rear cameras, the Samsung Galaxy A14 has a 50 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. The 50 megapixel main camera on this smartphone takes amazing pictures. The A14 is not a fast smartphone, but when it comes to taking pictures, it does a very good job. And right now, I think it has the best camera for its price point. Alright, this is a rear camera test. I'm using the 50 megapixel on the Samsung Galaxy A14. It can only shoot in 1080p, 30 fps, no 4K on the smartphone. What do you guys think about the video quality and audio quality? Again, no 4K, just 1080p, 30 fps. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with a 5000 mAh battery and it's going to last the entire day. Now, in conclusion, the Samsung Galaxy A14 is a hard smartphone to recommend. It's more expensive than other smartphones in its class, it doesn't come with a charger, CPU case or headphones, and the performance is not great, at least with the version that I have, that's the Exynos 850 chipset. For the positive, the A14 does well in some areas. It has a good 1080p display, although it's a 60Hz panel. It has good front and rear cameras and a very good battery. The Samsung Galaxy A14 is suitable for people that just want to make calls, use WhatsApp or other social media applications, and also to take pictures. It takes very good pictures. But if you're a gamer, this isn't for you. So that's my review of the Samsung Galaxy A14. I will be comparing it with the Spark 10 Pro, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can watch my full review of the Spark 10 Pro over here.